Hello guys, how are you all? This is Prashant. So today we are going to discuss about the keys in DBMS. Earlier we have talked about the file and the difference between the data system, two-tier and the three-tier system. So now we are going to talk about the keys in data DBMS. Actually, keys plays a very important role in DBMS. So just now we are going to discuss. In this video, you will come to know how the keys are important, what is the importance of keys, why we are using these keys. Okay, so let's begin. What is the keys in DBMS? DBMS is an attribute or set of attribute which help you to identify a row, which row is also known as a tuple, in a relation. Relation, as I told you, table. Okay, so keys will tell you what is the relation between table and a row. Keys help you to uniquely identify a row in a table by a combination of more or one columns in a table. Please make it sure that you have to give a concentration on these words, by a combination one or more columns. So here are some examples, as I have written a candidate key, alternate key and the primary key. So exactly, generally what happens, as you have seen the lock in which you have to put a key, and that key will open that lock only. Okay, that key will open that lock. The similar thing is here. This student ID is the key and it is uniquely identify this column. Okay, this roll number have the, this column is having the roll number key and this is uniquely identify. And you can see this one is also a key and this is uniquely identifying this row. So keys are the some keys are some attributes, means it have some qualities to represent a column or a row. So here we are going to learn about more about the keys. Why we need the keys in DBMS? What is the purpose of keys in the DBMS? Here is the reason. Keys help you identify any row of a data in a table. As I told you, row you can identify with the keys. Means this one is representing this row, this two is representing this row. Means uniquely identifying you are this. You can identify this row. And here this roll number, first name, last name, you can identify these with the help of these keys to these columns. So these are the things that you have to remember. Allow you to establish a relationship between the identity of a relation between a table. Means you can just make a relationship between them. This student this student ID having this key and this is following a relation between all these columns. Okay, help you to enforce identity and integrity of relationship. It will help you to identify the relationship. Okay, so actually what happens when we are as in Excel, when we are reading the table, any cell, that time what we have to do, A1. So first of all, what we are reading, A is the column and 1 is the row. Similarly, when we are fetching the data, or when we are going to read the data, that time what we have to do, we have to first of all we have to reach to the column, then the row. So this is the use of key. Means you can uniquely identify this key. This key is containing this record, and this is uniquely identifying the details of this candidate. Okay. Now we have various types of keys in the database. Some examples are here. First we will go talk about the primary key, candidate key, super key, alternate key, composite key and the foreign key. So these are the names that you have to remember: the super key, primary key, candidate, alternate, foreign and composite. So mainly we will focus on these two keys, and this is another method, this is another keys which we will discuss today. So let's begin with the super key. What is the super key? All the keys, here you can see all the names, this name, all the are super key. They all are combining as a super key. Means uniquely identifying this EMSSN, EMP and num, EMP name, uniquely identifying these columns. The super key is a group of single or multiple keys, okay, which identify rows in a table. A super key many have additional attributes that is not needed to uniquely identify. So means there is a no unique value. You can see there is no unique value. It can be repeated one, it can be 0, 5 or something else. So it can be, there is no need to repeated one, okay, or a uniquely one. we can say it is not an important that it should be uniquely one. So all the keys whatever we can which help us to read the data is super key. Now we have primary key. Important question. You will get a question from this point in your exam time also. So please make it sure that you have to learn it. The primary key is in a column or a group of columns is a table that in a table that uniquely identify each and every row. It should be unique. Make it sure whenever you are thinking about the primary key, it should be unique. The first word it must come in your mind. The primary key should be unique. The primary key cannot be duplicate. Means the same value cannot be appear more than once in a table. A table cannot have more than one primary key. Only when you are designing a table, only one key can have a primary. Rest of them can be alternate, but only you have to think about the primary. The rules of the defining a primary keys are there means it should be unique. Two rows cannot have the same primary key. It must for every row is the primary key or key value. Means when you are going to design the table, it must be that each and every row is be uniquely identified. It is not repeated one. The primary key field cannot be null. You cannot leave it empty. You have to fill some details there. The value in primary key column can be never be modified, update, and only foreign key refers to any primary key. So here is the main thing that you cannot modify the details. If once you have created the primary key, it will remain as it is. Okay, so here is the example for the primary key. So here you can find out primary key means it should be unique, as your Aadhaar card number is a unique, your phone number is a unique, your driving license number is a unique, or any document wherever you having the uniquely your PAN card is a unique. So wherever you will have the unique details, that key value can be considered as a primary key. So here student ID is a primary key. I can take this roll number also, because all the students having the different roll number, it cannot be the similar one. Okay, so I can take this numbers also. So make it sure that time it is also known as a candidate key. Okay, this is considered as a candidate key. And you can see one thing is also there, this one email ID is a unique one, so this can also be a candidate key. But in a one table, many keys can be defined as a candidate, but there should be only one primary key which you can find defined as a unique. Okay, and the alternate means if I use this one, this is the alternate of this. This is the alternate of this is student ID. So I think these things are clear to you. So you will come to know. Now candidate key similar as the primary key, but here is the difference is only that every table must have at least single candidate key. Okay, and one thing is also the primary key should be selected from the candidate keys. Means it can be more, as I told you, student ID, roll number, email ID, your PAN card, your whatever details you are filling here, means it should not be the repeated one, it should be the unique one. So from there, from that many columns you have to select any one, and that many columns are known as the candidate key. But if you are selecting any one of them, it is known as the primary key. Okay, the properties as the similar as the primary key. Okay, now here is the example that you can see. This is the unique, this is the unique, this is also a unique. So these are the candidates, but I am selecting only this one, so it becomes the primary, rest are the candidate. Okay, now we have alternate key. Alternate key, I can select any one of them, this is the alternate of this. So that's why it's known as the alternate key. Only simple method. Alternate key is a column or a group of a column in a table that is uniquely identify every row in a table. A table can have a multiple choice of primary keys, but only once can be a set of primary key. As I told you earlier, all the keys which are not primary key are called alternate key. Okay, so this is the alternate. If I'm going to use this primary, so this is the alternate. So it is your opinion which key you want to make a primary. After the primary, you can make a alternate. Okay, and the group of keys are candidate keys. So here the foreign key, now it is another method you have to define. Now you will see there, because many times examiner will ask you these questions. What is the foreign key? Is a column that creates a relationship between two tables. So here is the one column you can see. Okay, and I am going to make a table A relation with table B. This is table A and this is table B. So I want to make a relation with, means these are the, this is the teacher subject code and these are the teacher codes. The subject teacher will teach these many subjects to the different departments. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to make a combine of them. So what will be the output? This is the output. So you can see here, this is the key. So you can see department codes are repeating one, but here there is a no repetition. So it can consider as a foreign key. So what is the definition of this one? Let's see. In a column that creates a relation between two tables, the purpose of the foreign key is maintain data integrity and allow the navigation between two different instances of an entity. It is clear, means it will provide you the difference. It is giving you the difference between the two entities, the entity A, entity B, and it is showing the difference between both of them. What is the difference between both of them? As you can see here, it is showing the difference. Means here it is the unique one, but here you can see the difference. Okay. So, it acts as a cross reference between two tables, as a reference the primary key of another table. So you can see it is showing the difference between here. You can take a reference of both the tables, department B002 and 02. You can take a screenshot of the screen, so there will be the no multiple moment once you when you open in your phone and see that one. Okay, so here you can see this is the department code, this is the department name, and here is the teacher. Teacher is going to teach. I suppose this one teacher is teaching these two subjects. Okay, these two subjects is taught by this one. This one teacher is teaching these two subjects, and this one is teaching only this subject. So like that you can make a difference. So this is the foreign key for the combined table. Okay, so it is also known as the referential key, means you are giving the referential integrity. Okay, this is also known as the referential key. So now here is the compound key. Compound key has two more attributes that allows you to uniquely recognize and specify record. You can see here B005, B005, B005. This is repeated multiple times, but here you can see this is the different one, this is the different one product ID, this is the different one product ID. So this is compound key. Okay, compound key allows you to uniquely recognize a specify record. This is the main thing. One or more attribute that allows you to recognize a specify record. Specify record means B05 is similar for all these three, but here you are setting the mouse, here you are setting the USB, here the product name is LCD monitor. So I think these things are clear to you. Okay, so here is the question: what is the difference between the primary key and the foreign key? It can be what is the difference between the primary key and the candidate key. It can be what is the difference between the candidate key and their foreign key. So make it sure this will come in your exam time. You have to learn this one. Okay, so here is next day we will meet with the DDL commands and the DML commands. It will be better that you open your book and read one more time about this thing. When I will explain the things, it will be clear for you and you can ask some questions. So I hope these things are clear to you. Thank you and have a nice day.